everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Cook With Me. Well, we haven't seen each other in a few days. We've been busy celebrating Mr. Bob's birthday, and because we were doing that, we were eating quite rich, heavy meals and decided that tonight, this is Saturday night, we just have something light, like soup and sandwich. Now I know it's hot, it's 90 degrees outside here, so you wouldn't really think soup, but it's air conditioned into the house, and you know, by the time we have the soup later on, it'll taste really nice. So we're going to have a tomato soup with some grilled cheese sticks, and that just means I cut the grilled cheese sandwiches in sticks so you can dip them. So I'm going to be making the tomato soup. It's a very simple soup to make, and it's so tasty, has very few ingredients, and takes very little time. You could actually have this on the table in about half an hour. However, we're not eating quite yet, so I will let it just sit on the back burner and keep warm. But let me take you down to the stove and we'll get busy making some homemade creamy tomato soup. Be right back. Okay, here we are down at the stove, and I have four tablespoons or half a stick of butter melted, and to that I'm going to add approximately 3 cups of chopped onion. That's 2 good onions, white onions, yellow onions. And they are not chopped as fine as they could have been, but I'm going to be using an immersion blender at the end of this anyway, so they're really chopped fine enough. Now, these are going to saute for about 10 to 12 minutes till they get translucent and begin to get a little bit brown. And I'm going to leave them and then stir them every so often. I just stirred them around to make sure they got all coated with the butter. So let me let these saute, and I'll be back as soon as we're ready for the next step. Okay, they're just getting, they got quite translucent, and they're looking good. We're going to add about a tablespoon of garlic, and we're going to let that go for about another minute. Okay, now I'm going to add 2 cans, 28-ounce cans of crushed tomatoes. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of dried basil. Now it calls for fresh basil, and I used to have fresh basil, but my friendly neighbors ate it. There's a very fat Bambi running around here. Ate the basil, onions, peppers. So I put in a tablespoon of dried. It called for a 1/4 cup of fresh. And the rule of thumb is it's about 1/3 of what your fresh would be. And fresh, a quarter cup is 4 tablespoons, so I'm putting in, it was actually a tablespoon and a teaspoon, but I'm not putting in the teaspoon. Okay, now next thing I'm going to add is 2 cups of chicken broth. So that's about half this box. I think that's about it. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon of sugar. For the acidity in those tomatoes. And about half a teaspoon of pepper. No salt at this point. I'm going to bring this to a boil, and then I will partially cover it, turn it down, and let it simmer for about 10 minutes or so. So I'll be back when our next step is here. I'm going to let this come to a boil. I'm going to turn it down, partially cover it, and let it simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes. I'll be back then. Hang in there. Okay, it's been simmering, so now we're going to use the handy dandy little blender. Be very careful if you use one of these, or if you take this and put it in a regular blender for batches, because this soup is boiling hot. And you could be badly burned. Now I'm going to add about a half a cup of nice heavy cream. And some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. You can see the steam rising, so you got to be careful. There you go. Look at that. Okay, now I'm going to get a little bit of a dish and let it cool just a bit, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got this little dish. It's even hot for me to hold. Look how thick and creamy. Look. Oh my goodness, that's delicious. Oh my god, Campbell says nothing on me. Absolutely delicious and very easy. And actually, we had to shut the camera off occasionally, but it probably wasn't any more than 45 minutes total, beginning to end. So enjoy a nice cup of soup, and I'll be making the cheese sticks a little bit later, and I'll take a nice picture of the plate when we're ready to eat. And I will see you again in a couple of days. We're going to do one more Christmas in July. This week I think we'll do some Christmas cards. And then we're going to be doing a fall wreath using poly burlap. So I will see you in just a couple of days. Hang in there. Love ya. Everybody play nice now. Bye-bye.